You have heard the saying before, it is too good to be true. That's what I want to talk about. Now, if you're watching this YouTube video, chances are you're willing to accept information that's not from an expert. Well, rest assured, I am not an expert. It's something that I am not qualified to tell you about because I just write things off because they're too good to be true. Anyway, I just heard another person who was an expert say something like that was so profound, though. I wish I could remember the exact wording, but I can't. But I remember the meaning behind what they said, and it was that just because something is too good to be true doesn't mean that it shouldn't be considered as a solution. Now, I have an example to share that. It was from a club that I was in. Well, not a club, but there are little groups for each grade. It was called Future Problem Solvers of America. And then we're given a global crisis to solve. And there was another team that was a grade under me, and everyone just assumed they would win because they were the really smart kids, the geniuses. And, well, surprise, I was not a genius. But we got desperate and it got late. The problem was solving acid rain, the problem with acid rain. Now, we were up against these other really smart people, and you know what? My solution was accepted as a feasible one. It just seemed too out there to be true. My solution involved contacting aliens. Yeah, well, our friends who also had a team, that 7th graders had this other team, well, they didn't score very high because it so happened that everyone who is involved in Future Problem Solvers tends to be very smart, and they all think alike. So all of their solutions are basically the same. They'd be long-winded and ones that I think, yeah, that's more reasonable. But whoever was the person in charge, the great thinker of all of the future problem solvers in all of the country, anyway, they decided that contacting aliens would be a better solution for some reason. Anyway, my whole point of saying that story, telling you that story, was to let you know that sometimes the reason why something isn't true doesn't have anything to do with it being so good. In my life, I tend to think when something seems too good or too easy, I'm like, no, that can't be true, and I don't even consider it. So we need to stop doing that, all of us. This is the advice I give to you. Just because something seems so good doesn't mean it's not true.